and back, do well and back. Nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call home me. Hey, what the man got toma, but then the botonga. I've been do well and back, do well and back. Nobody by my side, nobody to console me, nobody to call home me. Hey, what the man got toma, but then the botonga.
Hi ninjas, how are you doing? It's a girl, Owamie, and welcome back to another episode of To Hell and Back. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell. I am so clever, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now, ninjas, you guys know that we proudly shoot at Mupandi Studios, located in Midrand. If you want to start your own podcast or you want anything that has to do with videography, make sure that you do contact us. We will make sure that we come and deliver quality. And if you also want to upgrade your home, you'd like to get some luxury curtains or blinds, make sure that you do contact Drapier Luxury Curtains and Blinds, and they will come and do that for you. Now, and just do not mind my voice. I do have a bit of flu, but we are actually here with Special K. Special K?
Special K.
Oh,
K.
I thought I said it wrong. I'm actually one of those people that unless if your name is associated to someone I know, I'll forget it instantly. And I've been seeing these ads on YouTube. I don't know if everyone has been seeing them that say that if you get a name and you forget it immediately, it doesn't mean that you're stupid. It means you've got an untrained brain. So now I'm just like, do I have an untrained brain? These ads will mess us up. But welcome.
Thank you, Owamie.
How are you?
Wow, it's such an honor. Thank you for having me.
You look so beautiful. I love the
you.
colors.
We're bringing back Africanality. We are reclaiming back who we are, my queen.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. Welcome to Helen Beck. And your episode actually is it's going to be a bit of a unique one, I should say. And I think that ninjas will obviously get to hear because you're not here necessarily to cry about a man, like how majority do. Majority of us. But I want us to start off with who is Special K? Where were you born? Upbringing, everything.
Special K. So the K is the first letter of my name. Kgothatso. It actually means encouragement, I say, but others say comfort. So I don't know. Your viewers will help us on this one.
Okay.
And your name is actually first prophecy of your life. So you are ours, and also I am here to encourage and inspire. That's why I'm here, and I'm like, I've been to hell. What? So I'm in heaven. So I am back. So I'm gonna share with other children so that as they are going through hell, they mustn't give up. So I was born in Hammanskraal, a small village, Lihibidung.
Okay.
The soil is literally red. That's why they say is Lihibidung. Like everybody there thinks beautiful things are for people on TV or from far away. As we just gonna be here, And Special K is really special. Like I've always been ambitious, always excited about life, So, and whenever I would say, but beautiful things are waiting for us. We're going to get married. We're going to have children. They'll be like, look around you. Don't you see the misery? But then I realized that, she is actually a chosen one to come and be the testimony, to come and live that. So I don't call myself, even my birth chart says she is a master manifester. And I was a master manifesting before I even knew what that is. Because now when I look at my life, Owamie, I'm like, when I was a child, when I was struggling, when I was suffering, when I was dealing with father wounds, being rejected, like every masculine man, brothers, uncles, whether I go to a church, it's a pastor, it's a leader, as long as it's a man, there's a problem. And why was it a problem? problem, my darling, because the problem was my dad. That's where the foundation is, you know? And then I was like, okay, in the world, we've got children who grow up with mommy and daddy. Those are the special ones. Me, because my mom, you know? Another woman was not happy. She was like, where is she going? She must just die with, oh gosh, with her mom before that. But it's understandable. You know, it is perfectly understandable.
A lot was said here. We need to dissect. Okay, so let's say this. How many siblings do you have?
From my mom's
From
side,
your mom, yeah.
I've got a sister, firstborn,
Okay.
and then two brothers, twin brothers. I'm the last one, which is their dad passed away.
Okay.
And then my mom met my dad, which was another man's husband. You know, that's how Africa is.
Oh, okay. So, your mom got married, or she had a man that she had 3 kids with, a daughter and twins.
Yes.
And then when he passed, she now met a married man, and that's how she had you.
Yes.
Okay. So now, like, this is the 4 of you guys. I assume you grew up in the same house. Where you were you staying in your mother's home, or your mother had her own house? Did you grow up with your grandmom, your mom's mom, or because you're saying she wasn't married, did she like build her own house where you guys were staying together
So she was actually married to the first husband who passed away. Right?
without a child?
Remember, she has 3 before me, my mom.
Yes. So the firstborn daughter, that one, she belongs to the first husband.
Yes.
The husband
And the
that
twins.
passed.
Yes.
And then the twins?
Yes, they are one dad.
They are one dad.
Yes.
So she was married to their dad. Okay. And then he unfortunately passed. And then she stayed there. So what is the age gap between you and your twin brothers?
is it 13? I think they're 13 years older than
Oh,
me.
13. Okay, yeah, that's a long age gap. Okay, so you grew up, I'm trying to find out the setup. You grew up with your mom and your siblings.
Yes.
Only just you guys. Okay.
Because obviously daddy would just come and go because it's a borrowed daddy, you know.
Oh, so your dad
Yes.
would still come visit and
Yes,
everything.
Yes.
Okay.
But then it's like he had 2 houses, which is my mom's house and the first wife.
Oh, his
house.
actual wife.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he never got married to my mom.
Did you ever visit your dad at his home?
Yes.
Okay, so his wife knew that Vele, like, there's a child in that other house.
Yeah.
Okay.
She knew. And like when I would go for holidays. Like,
There.
yeah, she was a very lovely woman.
Oh, that's
very gorgeous,
nice.
very beautiful. I also learned from her as well in terms of how we do marriage because the way she was too sweet. That's why my dad was playing on top of her head.
So your dad was a player on top of
Exactly. And you know, my mom at least was like sorting him out. But then, because the wife didn't want my dad to marry my mom, she had to go separate ways. You know, she was like, no, I'm leaving because your wife doesn't want you to marry me. And then they separated. I think I was 10. I was in standard 3.
Okay.
And I decided to go and live with my dad. I was like, I'll go live with my dad.
Oh, when they
and the
split.
wife, you know, exactly. We go through so much.
And the wife?
When the parents separate, you know,
Yeah.
we go through so much. She was a lovely woman, but I'm telling you, even if a person is as lovely, they can never be as lovely as your mom.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So I actually stayed there just for a year, and then next year I went back home.
And with your dad, were you the only child outside?
I believe so.
You believe so. Okay, so there was no other one that was
Yeah.
not. Okay. So now, I mean, you know, you did mention daddy issues and rejection. I want to now find out, how does that play in? Because it seems like, you know, he was very much present in your life to a point where even when he went separate ways with your mom, you chose to go stay with him.
That's where the problem started. When I decided to go back home.
To your mom.
Yes, to my mom. But then now, my mom was not at home. She was at work, sleep in, domestic,
Okay.
the kitchen, you know. So then it means I had to stay with my brothers.
Okay.
And my sister, by that time, she was staying somewhere. So I had to stay with the brothers. And that's where the problem started. Because as a child, sometimes they want to go wherever and they would dump me by grannies, and they would like, what? I've been through a lot,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I am struggling because I don't come from a proper functional family where there's a mom and dad. So it means there is definitely something wrong with me. So I go
Okay.
out in the world looking down on myself, saying, bo Owamie, they deserve better. Bo Owamie can start businesses. But I can't. I can't start my own business. Why? Because I don't come from a functional family. Because that's when we started fighting, me and my dad. At that time, there was a time when I was in high school and I was passing with my friend by Checkers. Okay. And then my friend was like, you are not even saying hi to your dad. And I'm like, we are not on taking terms. We are
Really?
not on taking terms.
Wow. Okay, so now what I also just want to find out was what was the reason why you decided to go back home, even though your mom would not be there to be with your brothers? What was the issue with your stepmom and your dad?
Oh, Nkosi yami. Okay, something just came through.
Okay.
Humiliation ritual. Sometimes on social media they talk about humiliation rituals and stuff like that. I've been through so many. As a healer, you go through these things so that when you go and engage with other kids, you know exactly what you're going through.
Okay.
So that year, I was in standard 2. Ne? I started peeing on the bed. Like so many things changed. My marks dropped. Like a lot changed. So as I already said, like if it's not your mom, Lavi, even my siblings, they were awesome. Like they're half siblings, but they can never be. They can never be. So there has always been that space. And then I decided, you know what, let me go back home. Guess what? From bed to west. From bed to west, the life of being a chosen one, because you don't feed in. Anyway, when I was in standard grade 10, 3 days I stayed away from school. And then when I went back to school, the teacher is like, but Ukarunali blue eye. What happened? Is this the reason why you were not coming to school? And he was right. I had a blue eye. And then now I ask myself, I'm like, but who was I staying with at home? That a person will beat me up and no one will do anything about it. My first boyfriend, Owamie. The thing is with life, when you are shattered, when you are broken, when you are insecure, that is what you are going to attract. So he was mirroring exactly what I was going through. I was looking down on myself. And guess what? As we were growing, now he's telling me that the reason I used to beat you up is because I was like, Khotazo is too beautiful. Why did she say yes to me? So even if you can look at my face, my husband laughs at me and say, I don't know. He says my face is like this. He says it's not straight.
I don't see it.
Thank you. But there's so many things that I covered. There's a mark here that he left. The first husband, the first boyfriend, which I ended up being engaged to. The things we go through. But then my question is, I'm like, where was the community? I was so young, Owamie. I was so young. How can a person stomp me and nobody did anything about it? There were cops. There was Clive. Now I will even call them Kamabitso. There was Clive. There was Faniki. Why didn't someone? But you know what they said? They said, she is too forward. She is too full of energy. She is last. Let her sort herself out. So that is the life of being a chosen one. You are on your own.
Okay, so now let's get to that part. This boyfriend that you are talking of, or let me say ex-fiance, because you did get engaged. How old were you when you met him, and how old was he?
So I was middle school. Grade mang. Is it 10? Middle school is like a grade mang. I think because they felt like a 10, 9, 8, grade 8.
Grade 8, so
he
standard
was
6 back then.
He was my first
Grade 8.
boyfriend, so he took advantage.
How old was it? Like,
he was
which class
3
was
years,
he?
3 years older than me.
you.
Yeah.
So were you guys in the same school?
Yes, in the same school. But then I was the newbie
Of
in
course.
there. And then now he was the
Already
older
there.
one.
Yeah.
Like, because now I go grade 10. So he was about to actually go out of the school.
So now, how quick did the abuse start when after you guys started dating?
I really, really don't
You
remember.
don't remember.
But I think it was super, super quick.
Okay.
No, it was after maybe a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
it
started
was
now
not
physically abusing
immediately.
you.
Yeah.
But you had 2 brothers.
Exactly.
Did you ever talk to them about it?
I was staying with my brother in the house. I was
So when
staying
he would beat you, where would he beat you at? His place, never
like
at...
maybe if my brother is not there, lady bolong, soccers and whatever. But then when you come back, you see the blue eyes. When you like people knew, like the community was talking about me. Or
That
that
he's
one.
beating
Yes,
you.
that one is beating. And no one did anything about it.
Do you feel like you hold a certain resentment towards maybe the men in your life to say, I wish there was something you did to step in?
I did, but now I'm over it. That's why I'm
Okay.
talking about it, because honestly, I understand why it happened exactly the way it happened and what was the purpose. Because at the end of the day, all the men were like, I mean, as a healer, I'm here to make people's days. For an example, let's quickly go back to primary school. There was this particular male teacher. The SAPS came to teach us about a grape. Okay. And they were like, if someone touches you, I think Nekele was then at 5, just when I was about to graduate and go to
High
secondary school.
Yeah.
And then immediately after they gave us the tips and everything, something nearly happened to me, and I could survive that. We thank God nothing happened to me. Why? Because someone taught me. And as an honorable child, I'm thinking it's a honorable thing to actually call them. Hey, we had free lines. I call the police station and I say, thank you for doing a marvelous job. Because if you didn't do a marvelous job, this man would have done this to me. But because you showed me what to look out for, thank you, you saved me. And then they're asking me, okay, from which school? What's your name? I tell them. And then the next day, the teacher is talking about me in class. She says, class, utwang, kgothatso a re, ntatola nearly did this to her. Never. I say, that's not possible. She is too forward and she is too last. Even if he did that to her, she's asking for it. And I'm like, Lord.
That was a female teacher?
No, it's a male teacher. That's why I'm saying it's a masculine wound. Because when
Okay.
you've got issues with your dad, all the men in your life, you will never get along with them. Because where's the root cause? The dad.
Okay, so what would you say even today? What would you say this is the biggest reason why you and your dad's relationship was so strained?
Stubborn. We were both stubborn. Okay. Because now the separation, it shattered me. Okay. And when I wanted to go back to stay with my mom, that's when he became bitter. There was a point where I went to him and I was like, we don't even have food. Please give us something. And he said, you decided to go and be a child wako next door. So it means now you are the child of the man who is with your mom now. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to take care of you. I'm not going to buy you anything. Akira, I took you and put you in my house. You decided to go back. So I'm not even going to give you anything. Okay. So we were fighting about, please take care of me. Okay. And he was not even taking, and you know what's the weird part? Humanity, Owamie, this world. Because now at school, now I'm in high school and they're like, but you're such a brilliant child, but why are your marks doing this? And then I go to the principal office. I explain that my dad does not even want to buy me shoes. Look at the shoes that I'm wearing. Everybody in school is laughing at me. How are my marks going to be okay? We used to wear brown shoes at high school. So my mom, by the time I was going to that school, she couldn't afford to buy me those shoes. So she asked someone in the family for prison what. So everybody would make fun of me to say, oh, you're different, And then after speaking to the principal says, okay, where's your dad? He calls my dad. And then he was not even working far from the school. He comes. That man, Owamie. After the principal says, this is what she's missing. He's like, write everything down. I'll go sort it out. He went and bought everything. He went and bought the accounting textbooks and the scientific calculators. And I'm like, but when I was asking, you did not want to do it. But now that someone else is like, it's like, nah, I'm a liar.
Yeah. That's usually what happens with narcissists.
Ish.
I'm not saying your dad was one, but narcissists hate their real character known. So they would rather do those stuff so that people out there will look at you as a liar, but they're not doing it because they want to do it. They're doing it because they want to preserve the character that they have built in people's minds so that people look at them in that way.
You're such a healer. Like the name says it. Like that did something to my soul because it's like I'm getting that closure to say, oh no, I am not crazy.
No,
because
that's
I've
their
been
character.
struggling with that.
1,000%. That's why, like, when you're dealing with someone with a narcissistic trait, because I know that there are people that think, oh, the best thing to do is to just let this person be. No, the best thing to do for yourself when dealing with a narcissist is to expose them. The moment you expose them, they now have to live a life where they are covering what you have said they are. So they need now to do the opposite, which means if they were not buying shoes, they have to buy shoes. If they were not buying food, they have to buy food. Because people should look at you as a liar, but at the end of the day, you will at least get what you've wanted. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I think like maybe that's what was happening. Okay, so now let's I feel like I asked a lot about your family and everything. Let's now move to you meeting your husband, right? Where did you meet your husband?
In Boston, in tertiary school. Yeah. Gosh.
How?
We were in the same class. We were doing the same everything, you know. And he used to fascinate me. I'd be like, this one, what's up with this one? You know. And I didn't know that he was gonna end up being my husband.
What would you say about him fascinated you so much?
Presentation. Of course, I was a child, so first thing will be how he looked, you know, and his confidence. Exactly, because why? I lacked it myself, so I was drawn to it. To say, how can you be so self-assured? He would come in class not wearing shoes, you know, like he was a free spirit. He was himself, and by that time, I would cover up and say, you know, people can't, you know, and oh gosh, he saw through me. He saw through me. Like, you know, when they say never give up in life. Because his freedom, that's what I needed. I needed to be myself. I needed to be free because I was so concerned with what will people say? How do people perceive me? That's why I was in the shadows. That's why I was hiding. I was like, no one can see me. That's why people were doing horrible things to me because they knew I was not gonna talk. But guess what? I am on YouTube as well, and I am spilling the tea.
Yeah.
I am spilling the tea. Why? Not to be spiteful to people, but because now I met my shadow. Owamie. For the longest time, I was running away from my shadow. And my husband, he is the shadow himself. So you see when they say opposite attract. But we used to fight a lot. Why? We would even fight about a person who drove us wrong. You know, I'll be fighting. Why did you cut him? Why are you such an insensitive human being? Why am I fighting for someone whom I don't even know? Why am I taking? You see, when you want to be too light, too beautiful, I'm fighting the battles that I shouldn't be fighting. Why? Because I'm running from my shadow. But then when I met my shadow, when, you know, and he's like, when I saw you, I saw a smile, but I was like, there's something missing. There's pain. So out of the world, like the mask that I was wearing, that I'm okay. You see, I've got bubbly personality. Everybody would think she is okay, but he saw through that. And he was like, I want to make sure I unpack this. And then as we were talking the other time, I do this. And he was like, what? What happened? Who did this? And then I explained to him, I'm in a relationship which I can't even get out of. He's going to hit you because I tried getting out of this relationship and he would beat the man out. He would, But then finally my husband was like, Bona, we are going to Lihibidu because we were now in Pretoria at school. And he's not going to do anything to me. My mom had a mokiti, you know, the annual abibi.
Okay.
For postolo, you know, my postolo banna
Okay.
Yes,
like
that.
sort of like all night.
Yes, that one. And he was like, I'm going with you. And I was like, yeah, they will beat you up. At night, he even went out. He followed him outside. He didn't do nothing to him. And I'm like, but all along, the way I was so terrified of you beating people. Now you got your own match. You got your own match. That's why I'm like, God sent me an angel. because tell me about it. Where were the men figures in my lineage? Where were they when I was being beaten? They were enjoying it, Owamie. They were like, yeah, this one is too much. And guess what? You know why I'm saying that? Because one of them told me on my face when they said, when I broke up with the mother of my child, they know themselves. I don't even have to mention their names. And when I broke up with the mother of my child, it broke my firstborn. And I say, nah, it broke me when my dad broke up with my mom. Don't you see? Oh, yes, I was a teenager and pregnant. My son is like, I got him when I was 16, And
with who? With the same guy that used to beat you, the one that you got engaged to?
No.
Okay.
No. We broke up temporarily, and then I got another boyfriend, the dad, and then I went back to him.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, fast forward, where was I? The child, 16. Ne?
Yeah.
Why was I going back? Oh, yes. And then I say, I was also broken. I needed my dad. I needed guidance. There was no guidance. That's why I went and looked for guidance in men. Because the love that my dad was supposed to give me was not there. And you know what the individual said? He said, no, you are naturally like that. You are naturally naughty. You are naturally broken. So even if you came from a functional family. And I'm like, okay, so I can't be excused the way other kids are excused. So you see why I had to shrink my light and think there is literally something wrong with me, because they were not building me at home. I was bullied at school. When I go to school, they're like, you've got 3 hair. And when I get back at home, when I come in with a heavy heart, and they're laughing at me as well, saying, cancel, cut that thing. And today, God forgive me. But when I look at them and I'm like, okay, this is what they call projection, because you can sort out your life. You can put out your life together. So you were just trying to come for me as a child to break me. And then, but you see, there was my shadow spiting me, because what was I doing, Owamie? I was all love and light, all peaceful, all caring. There is no way, my darling. No needs to be a full sentence. But now I'm taking care of myself. I know how to say no. I know how to preserve myself. First time in my life, my hair is growing. My hair is the biggest it has ever been. What?
Ne? Wow. So, now, I want to find out, you had your child at 15. 16, which means you fell pregnant at 15.
Mm-hmm.
How was the reaction at home?
Oh, gosh. Now, let's speak about characters. This is where you see people's characters.
Okay.
My mom, she was a true healer, because you know what was the first thing that I said to her? I don't want this child. We are aborting this child. You are going to help me abort this child. And she was like, I don't want you when things are coloring and then you come and say I was part of it. You are delivering the child. If you don't want the child, rather I take the child. But the beautiful words that she said to me, she said, baby, this child is going to wake you up. We lo tlhalifisa kgothatso, and Owamie, the child tlhalifisat me. When others, look at people, when others were like, yeah, she thought she's better. She thought she's going to make it in life. This is her fall down. This is the end. So you see, people will always tell how they feel about you. But that woman, because she loved me, she supported me. And today, when I look back and I love that child, he is such a blessing. He is I'm like, Lord. So people can't give you what they don't have.
Sorry,
they can't.
yeah.
Those who are in pain, they will give you pain. And those who are happy, they will give you happiness. And quickly, to my beautiful husband, you understand, I grew up with no support. Mm-hmm. When people are saying, oh, we've got aunts, I did not have. I was always there for I don't even remember my mom buying me a birthday cake or doing, but she was trying, but I didn't have the support that other kids had, So when that man came and saw the first thing that he said to me, he was like, your hair is beautiful. I remember I had small dreadlocks. And I was like, you are the first person to say that. You are just lying to me. So he saw beauty when the rest of the world was seeing misery. And because I didn't believe I did not believe him. Like, we can only receive as much as we have met ourselves. So I didn't believe him. I would fight him and say, he's lying. I did not even see it coming. But I was so difficult in a world where men don't take their wife. They're like, hey, go back home and learn the manners. He was like, so nice with me. He is still so nice with me. We even laugh about it. So, but not from abusive manner, because I'm a very strong character. He knows I wouldn't take that nonsense. Like, what? I will rebuild. No one will ever bully me. But that's the thing. We are creators of our own lives. Life will give you exactly what you believe about yourself. Sometimes I'm like, if maybe I didn't believe in myself, that would have given him the reason to actually abuse me. Because it's not like he's been spiteful or anything, but it is the mirror. So meaning everybody who mishandled me, I understand, because I was just running away from myself. I was saying, I'm holy, I'm perfect. No one is perfect, Owamie. We are all black and white, my darling. And when you have met your shadow side, you don't go around trying to break people. And here's another example of trying to break people. Now I am getting married, right? My mom is inviting people to say, hey, your child is getting married from the father's side. Okay, they don't know me. But instead of celebrating and saying, first thing they ask me, is he Nigerian? Because we are from Pretoria. How insensitive. I mean, even if he is Nigerian, is he not human being? Why the division of the world? But you can tell that it is those who are so broken, who are so shattered. But the world will always mirror, my sweetheart, how you feel about yourself. And I'm like, now when I look at my life, I'm like, Lord, you gave me beautiful talents, beautiful gifts, beautiful children, beautiful marriage, awesome husband who is helping me to be in touch with my shadow. It's not easy.
Is he Nigerian?
Is not easy. No, he's not.
No, I had to ask because I knew that people were going to want me to ask the question.
No, he's not. He's actually from Northwest.
Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? You see, even now, like 2 days back, I was doing a reading on someone online, because I do, on TikTok, I give live readings. We were doing a reading, and I was saying to them, I was giving them that exact example. I was saying, they had to say, because I can see, if you see that this person is going to connect with an African person, but because of our programmation that is killing us, possibilities are she might try and run away from it. Why? To impress people, to fit in. So I had to make a way and fix her and let her know when this man comes, it doesn't matter where he is coming from, because it is not about the man. It is about you. And I mean, really? Unity. They said it, divide and conquer. So I don't preach division. I preach allow people to do them. And I think that's in marriage. Yes, when we get married, they'll prepare us to say, these are your rules, these are your rules. But at the end of the day, my sweetheart, you do you. I was watching, what is this, Makuti something. And I was like, wow, diversity. Diversity. Your marriage is your marriage. Speaking of, because we've got the stembus and what. And my man said at the altar, baby, I don't want stembu, but there's one thing that we are looking to experience, that we've been talking about before we even got married. And
what
that's a threesome.
Wait.
Exactly. Because
you want to have a threesome with your husband?
Our marriage. Do you?
Have you ever done it?
No, we haven't. We're planning to.
You're planning to?
Yes.
Are you planning to do it with a stranger or with someone you know?
No, it has to be with a stranger. It has to be far away. Someone who doesn't know us. I don't want people who will be coming and say, can I have that? But look at it, like it has always been his idea. Okay. Way before we even got married, Owamie. But I was not entertaining it. I was like, he's sick, but you know why? Now you know why he's getting it, because he's the man amongst men. He has proven himself. He deserves it. Baby, and that's the nice part, because he's saying, I don't want to cheat. So
I want to do
let's
with
do
you.
it together.
But now the question that I'm having is that would he be open to have another man and you guys have a threesome of 2 men and you?
Hell to the no.
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't.
But he wants another woman so that it's the two of you. Why? Say don't be unfair. Why? I think that, like for me, I wouldn't say I would never do that with my husband because they say never, but I just don't see myself doing it with a man that would only be comfortable with one side and not both. If you're comfortable with one side, you better be comfortable with both.
But I'm not open for it. What will I be looking for? I mean, I'm home. I'm happy. I'm taken care of. So why must I? No.
So now, like with you saying that, does it mean he's not home? He's not taken care of? Because now that brings in a question.
No.
Okay.
He is a, let me not disclose. Let's say he is a, and say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand he's calling. Remember I said.
He's calling of threesome?
He saw through me.
Okay.
He did a lot of work with me.
Okay.
With what? Helping me mute my shadow.
Okay.
So whoever will be having, because remember, sex is also spiritual. So we're not just going to take anyone. Whoever that will be doing it with, it means it's divinely, we have to, that person needs our energy. There's something that we need to activate and help in that person because we are both healers.
It might happen that person is a man too who needs that healing. Do you understand?
No,
but I mean, no, I'm not saying much. I just wanted to ask.
No,
but that's fine because again, your marriage, your rules. And I think that obviously that is something good. You did mention that like your man is so good to you, like he deserves this, What would you say about your man you appreciate so much?
Keeping up with bullshit.
You
Me, yes. Because I'm always right. It's my way or no way. So it means I was trying to be the leader. I didn't know how to be the woman. But think about it. Why was I trying to be the leader? Because I didn't feel safe. Look at the foundation. I was trying to protect myself. So I had to work on myself and heal myself and understand that, sweetheart, you are safe. You are safe. He has never given you a reason for you to feel like you are not safe. So relax so that you can get more of it. And speaking of me being a healer, I was a healer before I even knew I was a healer. So when we were working together at some point, so we had a what party by the flat. That those flats, the inner stairs didn't have lights. They didn't have lights on. So it was at night, we drinking, it's nice. And then the next thing, I'm asking my friend. I remember I was with my friend. I'm like, no, where's my person? That time he was a boyfriend. I'm like, where's my person? I'm getting that feeling. You know that feeling when they say your intuition. People, like we are so guided. It is not funny. By that time, I didn't even know that I was a healer. I did not even accept myself. And then I go out. I start screaming. I ask the other friend. I'm like, where's my husband? And my boyfriend. You can tell by the face. 20. If he can remember, he must now know that I know. Because I asked him, I was like, 20 was, and the face told, And then after he comes from those stairs, So months later, he tells me, I was about to be busy that side. I was coming with someone, that someone re-read some lane, and like, what? I was gonna kill you. But why did you catch me on time? How did you know? So you see, we are guided. We must relax. We must stop trying to protect ourselves. We must stop trying to control. We must just do us. What works for me will not work for Owamie. What we need to do is respect one another and be compassionate with one another. Because honestly, you don't know where you might end up. And I liked that when you said it, when you were like, never, you such a mature queen.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I don't know. I think it also comes with age. I used to be a very judgmental person. I used to be someone that is very closed, But I think the older I get, the more I understand that my life choices are not going to be someone else's life choices. There are things that are wrong, but there's never wrong when it comes to
excuse me.
I don't even know what to say. It's okay. When two people choose to say, you know what, especially when it comes to marital issues, because it's not a one size fit all. And people, we will always talk about things from a point of our own experiences, but even when it comes to marriage, I mean, this is a conversation that we were having before we started shooting, that I just felt like old people, they gave us such a false narrative of marriage that a lot of people still struggle today because of that, especially when you marry young. You expect things that are really not there because they lie. They will tell you unrealistic things like, oh, you can't question a man is this and this. Are you not questioning a donkey that is coming home in the morning? Like, please tell me. What? That's what they do, right? You'll be married to somebody that will sleep out when he comes back after a weekend. You're not supposed to ask, where is he coming from? And you are supposed to just still sleep with this man with no protection. You don't know where this hilly goat.
When he comes in, tomorrow it's my turn. Tomorrow I am outside. Tomorrow I'm coming in the same time he came in.
And I think like the other thing again, we've been having a conversation that is currently happening with like Nandi Mandida, that was talking about how black men, especially South African black men, deserve grace, right? And I look at it and I'm thinking, like, you are choosing to exercise grace towards your husband to say, I will give you a threesome because that's what he wants. And for you are saying that it is because this man has been good to me, so he deserves it. It's like a reward. Whereas you will find that somebody out there that has been cheating and doing whatever might go to their wife and expect for her to say, yeah, we can do it through some, but your grace will not be extended to you because you've not done anything to deserve that grace. You understand? So stuff like that.
It's been so amazing. Let's expose culture quickly because I am a light. Wherever I go, I expose. So culture, all this witchcraft, all these things that are done in the name of culture. It is said. It is said. You see why now we're choosing ourselves. We're doing things our own way because we can't. We can't do the same thing and expect different results.
Yeah, no,
so
definitely.
now here I need South Africans on when my mother passed on, because I'm the last one, the rituals that my family wanted to do on me. I am a married woman, full. Like my mom celebrated, she prayed, like she ate the money. It was finished before she... So why do you want to do rituals on me? And you know what's the sad part? As I was sitting on the mattress, before whoever was coming in, Owamie, the visions were coming down. I could see who is doing what. And everything. Before the chaos started, because there was a chaos. There was a chaos. My husband was beaten up by my brothers. Why would they want to come and control in his house? Is that not his decision? Because when they got lobola, they said, here's your wife, live and cling. The husband shall leave everything and then do everything and cling to the wife. But now why do you want to bring us things in our marriage that we don't want? And you know when they say people attack you spiritually, if they can't get you, they will come physically. Because why was he beaten up for saying, no, I don't want this to be done to my wife?
They beat your husband.
They beat him up.
And did they end up doing the
for
ritual?
What? How do they know? I fought, my darling. I fought. And then, you know what? After the funeral, I never saw them again. We're not even on talking terms.
How long ago was this?
We are in 2024. My mom has been gone August 2024.
What day?
So it's a year and... Ka di 18th July. O tlhokofetse ka di 18th July. Ebe re mo pata ka August.
Oh, okay.
Or she was sick somewhere there. Yeah.
Okay.
But re molekile ka August,
August.
I remember, and that was the last time I saw
That
them.
you saw
And this is where you see, because I am the last one. So if you are the elders, if I'm a child, maybe I'm doing something. Why don't you come and talk to me and give me the love? But guess what? I wonder what tactic is this to isolate you and make you feel like you are not. But it is some kind of spiritual attack, so that they isolate you and something like that, so that people think you are crazy. You are. But I know why everything is happening exactly the way it is happening.
You don't really mention your sister a lot. What relationship do you have with her? What type of relationship? You guys just don't have a relationship.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know, because we haven't spoken forever.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm on my own, my darling. That's why God gave me a
How
supportive
many kids do you have?
husband. 3.
You have 3 kids.
Yeah.
So the firstborn is your child that you had when you were, and then your 2 kids are with your husband. Okay, and you stay with your kids.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
We happy.
Okay. So let's just talk about what is a good man to you. Like, just describe your husband. Because I will not lie. There are people out there that don't have even just a thought of what is a good man.
Protector. Number 1. You see, I'm fragile. And he has been a protector. So protection is number 1. So it comes with what? With security. He doesn't judge me. Instead, he makes me feel comfortable. Even if I were to cook nonsense food, he wouldn't say the food is nonsense. Like, he will cover up and say, my sweetheart, you probably tired. It's okay, we can eat. And that peace that I don't have to cook every time when I don't feel like it. I only cook when I feel like it. And he will cook. Exactly. When he feels like this is not right, it's not clean, he will not come to me and say, Kota, so why is this? He will take wherever and clean. Like, very helpful, very supportive. I mean, when I was at work struggling, mental health issues, this is the man who said, my sweetheart, I am not going to watch you disappear. Leave the job. I will suffer. I will suffer. I will take care of everything. And did I not lose the weight, my sweetheart? Like, the way I was so skinny. And by that time, you know what my mom said? Because she was still alive. She says, baby, are you sure you are okay in your marriage? Are you sure this man is taking care of you? Why are you so thin? And I'm like, but it's the transition of coming from your own full independence to transitioning to this path. It is so difficult, but check this out. People were like talking to my mom saying, yeah, your child is not happy in her marriage.
Yeah, because she's lost weight.
Yes, because she has lost weight. But then they were only talking about themselves, because, I mean, this man, other men would have said, you are not going to leave your job. What? You bring in so much money, you're not going to leave your job. So he is so supportive. He is kind. He is patient. The fact that like, there's a screw that is not okay. So when you become very, very close with me, you need to be patient with all the debt. That's why psychiatric and diagnosis, it's like a bipolar. Because when I go to I'm a happy being, but you don't want to meet the other side, because the beast in me
is a problem.
Is a problem, my sweetheart.
No, I do get that. And I think it is good to have a good man and acknowledge that you have a good man. Because I feel like there's a thing that there are some people that have it mistaken, especially when it comes to me, of the fact that they think that I don't believe that there are good men out there. There are definitely good men out there, and there are men that are very intentional, about who they want to be, and intentional about just their partners, their family, and everything like that. It's just that it's not everyone. And anytime I give any warning, I'm not saying this applies to every man. If you know that you're in a good situation, why would you have any problem, Just simply to say, listen, sometimes
my angels echoing you.
So sometimes you don't even have a definition of who is a good man, what is a good man, and you end up settling. And you understand. So those are some of the stuff that I always talk about. But thank you so much for coming in and showing us that there's definitely a different side. And I mean, you're such a free spirit. I met her husband outside because he did bring you, and he's such a cool guy as well. So you're definitely blessed, and I'm really so happy for you. And I do pray that your marriage is gonna be forever and you guys are gonna be happy forever. The only thing I will say is that if you're having that threesome, make sure that person is HIV tested and all the other STIs. Over 8 million people are living with HIV in this country. So, just health first. And again, as I'm saying, to each their own. Whatever works for you and your partner should be what works for you and your partner, and that's it. Because marriage is between two people. Whatever the both of you decide, that's what goes. I don't believe in anything uniform, whatever, because it can't happen.
Exactly. Can we allow other kids to be?
Yeah,
Like
1,000%.
I think the marriages will fail because they are trying to be what they are not.
Yeah,
But then if you make it about you, you can't fail at
Oh, you
being
can't
you.
fail. I've been saying that, there are people that were laughing at me. I was like, when I get married again, because I definitely will, I wouldn't mind like having 2 separate bedrooms with my husband. I really wouldn't. Like, I feel like it would give that space where, if I want to come into your space, like, if like, I don't know, like, I would, sometimes you also just want your own personal space. And you love each other, but you want your own personal space. And I think that it would actually, like, that's something that in my marriage, it would be a high possibility.
Exactly.
To have a big house and have 2 master bedrooms.
The old version of myself, I would have said never, no. But now it's like we grow.
Yeah,
and
which
like,
exactly,
that's
which
so
doesn't mean that I wouldn't
beautiful.
sleep in my husband's bedroom or he wouldn't sleep in my bedroom, but it would just be my bedroom, And nights where, like, if I just want to play music and he wants to sleep, he can go to his room and sleep. If he, maybe let's say, is a gamer, he wants to game in the middle of the night, I don't have to say, oh, you're waking me up. We don't have to fight for useless stuff, We can just, because who actually said it's a rule that you guys need to just have one bedroom? So stuff like that. But thank you so much for joining us, and please tell the ninjas, where can they find you if they want you?
Hello, my ninjas. We are on YouTube, Special KM, and I'm also on TikTok, Special K. Those are the platforms that I'm currently active at the moment. So on YouTube, we are spilling the tea, but mostly on TikTok, we are doing the lives. Like, I go live and then we do readings So give me a follow. I'll meet you there.
Definitely. And when ninjas, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What is your take when it comes to the content of this video today? From Owamie, it is bye for now. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.